A fabulous morning, everyone. Hello, Sir JR. How are you today?
Hi, Ma'am Ann. It's good to be back again. Today, July 24, 2020, is our second day of the division rollout on Learning Management System live via Facebook and YouTube.
Yes, Sir JR. And we would like to ask everyone to please share our link. Use the following hashtags shown on the screen. Again, we are going to use the following hashtags shown on the screen. You know, Sir JR, we are so happy to inform everyone that our live broadcast yesterday has reached more than 9.3 thousand views with 1.2 thousand comments.
Wow, that's good news. That means a lot of teachers were engaged yesterday, even our school heads also.
Indeed, sir. And for those who were not able to watch yesterday, you can still replay the recorded video posted on DepEd Tagum City Division official Facebook page. And Sir JR, let's see who are present today. Let's check their attendance through Facebook reactions.
Okay, we would like to request those elementary teachers in the Central District to please click our like button. Again, we would like to request our teachers, elementary teachers in the Central District to please click our like button.
Okay, thank you so much for the floodlights teachers in Tagum Central District. And shout out to our Magupo Pilot Central Elementary School teachers with our ever dynamic principal for Dr. Joy Jade E. Relos. Now, sir, let's see the participants from Tagum South District. Please click the heart button. Again, for those participants coming from the Tagum South District, please click the heart button.
Thank you so much, teachers from the South District. And now for the teachers from the Tagum North District, please click the happy button. Again, for Tagum North District, please click the happy button.
Sir JR, we have a lot of happy teachers today coming from the Tagum North District. And this time, let us also welcome our secondary teachers. For junior high school teachers, please click the wow reaction. Again, for junior high school teachers, please click the wow reaction.
Wow! And this time, for the senior high school teachers, please click the like reaction. Again, for the senior high school teachers, please click the like reaction.
And of course, this time, let's check the participation and support from our dear school heads, both in elementary and secondary. Again, to our dear school heads, please flood our comment section with heart reactions.
Wow! Thank you so much, dear school heads, for your support. This time, let's check the participation from the personnel of the Tagum City Division.
Okay, for the personnel of Tagum City Division, please click the like button. Again, to all the DepEd personnel of Tagum City Division, please click the like button. Wow, Sir JR. Okay, I guess we are all set now.
Yes, Ma'am Anne. We will now proceed with the mode of learning.
To our school, Dr. Josephine L. Fadul,
Our OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Christine C. Bagakay,
our OIC Chief Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Maria Fe D. Sibuan,
Chief School Governance and Operations Division, Dr. Josefina B. Palaca,
all education program supervisors,
all public schools district supervisors, and other DepEd personnel,
school heads, teachers, and members of the technical working group headed by Sir Arian Amity Abatayo. Good morning, everyone.
welcome everyone to our division rollout on Learning Management System, Day 2.
To start with, let us have the prayer and the singing of the nationalistic song through audio visual presentation.
Ang bayan kong Pilipinas, lupain ng ginto't bulaklak, pag-ibigan sa kanyang palad, nagalay na ganda at tila, at sa kanyang yumi at ganda, dayuhan ay nahalina. Bayan ko, pinihag ka, nasadlak sa dusa. Ibon ng may layang lumipad, kulungin mo at umiiyak. Bayan pa kayang sakal bilang, ang di magnasang makaalpas. Pilipinas kong minumutya, ugad ng luha ko't alita, aking adhika, makita kang sakdalaya. Bayan kong Pilipinas, lupain ng ginto't bulaklak, pag-ibigan sa kanyang palad, nagalay ng ganda at tila, at sa kanyang yumi at ganda, dayuhan ay nahalina. Bayan ko, pinihag ka, nasadlak sa dusa. Ibon mang may layang lumipad, kulungin mo at umiiyak. Bayan pa kayang sakdal tila, ang di magnasang makaalpas. Pilipinas kong minumutya, ugad ng luha ko't alita, aking adhika, makita kang sagdalaya. Aking adhika, makita kang sagdalaya. Kaaldo ay bulan, ikaw ang nagbuhat sa kabituunan. Ikaw ang nagbuhat sa kalibutan. Manama, mawantog ka. Warag po ko iling ko'y ko. O Diyos, kahibulungan ka. Busa ikaw lang ang simbahon ko.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم آمين يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اجمع شامل المسلمين والكريستيان والأمة في مدينة دباو وسلم دائما مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في بلدنا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times we have offended you, when we forget to acknowledge your presence in the image of our brothers and sisters, and for moments we fail to be good stewards of the blessings you have given us. Continue to guide and protect each one of us, Lord, that we may always walk in the light of your everlasting love and mercy. Grant us, Father, with your comfort in times of distress and with your strength in times of weakness. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with a prayer and the intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Manama, mawantog ka. Warag po ko iling ko'y ko. O Diyos, kahibulungan ka. Busa ikaw lang ang simbahon ko. Busa ikaw lang ang alagaran ko.
Sa lupain ng pangako ay may isang paraiso. Ang matatag at matayon niyang mundo ay sagana sa ating akito. Mga bukid niya, mga para at mga lutiyang palayan. Saan dapukan ng ilong pagmamasdan mo'y larawan ng kasaganahan. Bagong mabuhay ka, bagong mabuhay ka, nasa iyo ang bukas na mabuti. Lahat ng pinapangarap natin, dami kamay lahat ay ating harapin. Ang tuktok ay kaya natin abutin. Bago mabuhay ka, bago mabuhay ka, nasa iyo ang bugtas na walang singgata. Bago mabuhay ka, bago mabuhay ka, paraiso, puno ng pag-asa. Bago mabuhay ka, bago mabuhay ka, nasa iyo ang bugtas na walang singgata. Bago mabuhay ka, bago mabuhay ka, paraiso, puno ng pag-asa. Paraiso, puno ng pag-asa.
Good morning once again. This time, let us hear the report from the Quality Assurance Technical Assistance Monitoring and Evaluation or KATAME. Ayan, Ma'am Ann, while waiting sa ating Katami report, we would like to recognize our technical team no, na nasa backstage. Of course, our webinar session this day is we have our webinar director. I think we have Teacher Joey of Exates.
Thank you so much, sir. And also, Ma'am Nelisa Escalante. We also have Sir Jason Thompson, Ma'am Audrey Clarine, Ernie Balbuena, and Ma'am Julianne Marie Sanico. Thank you so much. Headed by Sir Arian Abatayo. So this
Okay.
is now the result of the performance evaluation about our activity yesterday, sir.
Okay, Ma'am Ann. So we have a total of 973 respondents.
Wow.
And I think majority of them are, of course, teachers.
Yes, sir. And the overall rating, most of them, okay?
Ayan, we have an overall rating of 3.54, which has, which
we
means,
have passed.
yes.
We have passed the quality standard given to us. Okay, congratulations, team. And thank you so much for those participants who gave us that rating. Thank you for participating the evaluation survey. Okay, so that was the update from yesterday's event. This time, let us recall what actually happened yesterday through a recapitulation to be presented to us by the luckiest school, La Filipina Elementary School, with the ever-active school principal to Ma'am Amelita Sol Donaire. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Teacher JR and Teacher Mary Ann. Lucky indeed. I am the luckiest school principal. No? Actually, before this webinar, I talked with our supportive matrix supervisor, Dr. Palo. And he told me, Nay, be ready of the eventualities. And this is now. So I told him, na ihatag na lang na sa mga batanon nga mga school heads, no? Kana mga howdes nga mga school heads. Ingon niya nga magampo tanay nga dili ka mabunutan. So I always ask the Lord that please forgive me if I don't follow his will. So I think this is now his will. So this is it. According to Ma'am Christine Bagakay yesterday, this is it. This is the day that the Lord has made. No? Good morning, Ma'am SDS, Jo, Ma'am Christine, Ma'am Joy, Ma'am Fe, all the facilitators, all the TWGs of this webinar, supervisors, school heads, and teachers. Blessed morning to all of you. Joining this webinar is from my station here in La Filipina Elementary School. I am Amelita Sol Donaire. We are so blessed learning inspiring words from our bigwigs in the Department of Education. Regional Director Fitalbero, SDS Fadul, Assistant Superintendent Bagakay, and our two division chiefs yesterday morning, motivating us frontliners of Deep Ed that in spite of the challenges we are facing of this new normal situation, just carry on. The tag banner of our beloved Secretary Leonor Magpulis Briones, Sulong Edukalidad. Para sa kabataan, gawin ang nararapat. COVID-19 pandemic is not a hindrance to pursue our goal that no learners should be left behind in this school year 2020-2021. Our first speaker, Dr. Kanya, facilitated us to revisit our vision, mission, and goals. Clearly stated in our vision what is our direction, always listening to the voice of the learners. Always remember the target is continuous improvement. Our mission is to be a good steward in Deep Ed's vineyard, the school, the children. What struck me most was what shared to us by Dr. Marilyn Palo in her response to the question on Dr. Kanja's session. Walk the talk. I definitely agree because values is caught, not taught. All the desirable values should be cascaded not only to our teachers but also to pupils, parents, and all our stakeholders. We have so much positive session strategies and sharers yesterday from morning till afternoon, of which be a big help to our journey in this normal situation. So thankful to the management and TWGs of this 3-day webinar. Our commendations to our facilitators, Teacher Mark Edward, Teacher JR, and Teacher Marian. My congratulations also to our resource speakers, the big three expert in ICT, Ariane, Teacher JR, and all the rest. I can't forget the word Moodle. Online modalities depend on the mood of internet connectivities. Basta hinay, wala-wala pod, no? Joke. Thank you so much to everybody. May this second day of our LSM webinar be as fruitful as of yesterday. Take care always, everyone. God bless.
Thank you so much, Nanay Sol Donaire, Principal 2 of La Filipina Elementary School for the recap.
And congratulations, ma'am, Sir JR. I'm also excited of who will be the luckiest school head today.
Yeah, and I guess pipili tayo ng apat siguruan kasi we will have 4 breakout sessions this afternoon, right?
Yes, sir, but we only need one for the
Ah,
recap
okay.
tomorrow. Okay po.
Okay, sige.
So, showing you now is the presentation from Sir Roland P. Ines, Senior Education Program Specialist, Katami Focal. This is about the activity that we did yesterday, sir. So let's go back for the in the previous file, sir. We'll read the number of participants. Okay.
Okay,
So
so we have the number of Katami responses received. We have 973 responses, or that is 80.15%.
wow. So this is now
So
the
I think
profile
it's,
of respondents.
yes, by sex and position or designation. So I, the next is the quantitative data. We have the evaluation of session and resource speaker facilitator. And among the 20 indicators, indicators 4 and 5 have the highest rating of 3.53, while indicator 13 is the lowest with 3.43. The mean score for this section is 3.29, which is below the standard set by the regional office, which is 3.50.
Okay. So on the online application using StreamYard and Facebook Live, item number 6, were the instructions for accessing the session, online guidelines, and virtual space features sufficient? Is the highest with 3.92, while items 5, easy to navigate, is the lowest with 3.33. This section has a mean of 3.49, a little below the regional standard.
And for on program management team, item 2, Courtius, is the highest with 3.54, while item number 1, available when prompted online, is the lowest with 3.45. This section has a mean of 3.5.
Okay, can we have this summary? So for overall, okay, for the reminders to participants or attendees, the form will accept responses from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. of the day only. Please avoid writing just asterisk or punctuation marks in the comment or qualitative questions. Avoid double submission. And please take extra care by reading carefully in answering the form. Again, please take care. Okay? Yung last one po, i-emphasize po natin. Baka yung na-click ng iba is the lowest. Akala nila highest na po yung na-click nila. Again, please take extra care by reading carefully in answering the form. Thank you.
Okay, and we have a quote here from Billy Bien. We've got to use every piece of data and piece of information, and hopefully that will help us be accurate with our activity evaluation. For us, that's our lifeblood.
Okay, thank you
Okay,
so
thank
much,
you.
Sir Ines, for that report. Okay, now before we start our session, Sir JR, for this morning, let's have first, okay, the link of the attendance will be posted at 10 a.m. later. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so please be reminded that this afternoon we will have 4 groups to cater all the simulations. We will also provide 4 links for you to choose from. The first link is for the Kinder to Grade 3, which will be facilitated by Sir Dexter Caballas of Colonel Rosalio C. Saladares Elementary School.
The second link is for grade 4 to 6, which will be facilitated by Mary Ann L. Ramirez of Magugpo Pilot Central Elementary School.
And the third link will be for Science, Core, and STEM strands, which will be facilitated by Rochelle Lenueva of La Filipina National High School.
And the last link will be for applied subject, TVL, UMS, and Arts and Design, to be facilitated by Kevin Pude of Tagum City National High School. Please be guided accordingly, and links will be posted later.
Okay, so um, for now, we would like to ask our participants to please share the link and use the hashtags flashed on the screen.
Okay, so please use the hashtag, hashtag Sulong Edukalidad, hashtag Digital Rise PH, hashtag We Are One DepEd, and hashtag DepEd Tagumpay.
Thank you so much for sharing. Once you share the link, you will get the sharer badge. Okay,
Yeah.
this time, let's proceed with our session proper. Let's continue with session number 4, preparation of lesson exemplars, to be presented to us by Master Teacher 2 of Magugpo Pilot Central Elementary School, Iris Christine A. Mejos, registered guidance counselor. A virtual applause, please. Sir,
If we're going to see the world facing the coronavirus 2019, we will find pictures of the so-called new normal education. The threat brought by COVID-19 may mean that education will never be the same again. Education is one of the major sectors that has been greatly affected by coronavirus 2019. Currently, the teachers, parents, and learners are feeling the domino effect of the so-called coronavirus 2019. To address this dilemma, DepEd has undergone a step-up revolution. It has started embracing the so-called new normal education. So how do we prepare for the new normal education? For months now, DepEd has been conducting webinars to upgrade teacher skills for the new normal education. But apart from the preparation of the virtual trend, we should not forget to prepare one of the most important things in the learning process, and that is the preparation of the lesson exemplar. So what is a lesson exemplar? Lesson exemplars are models of effective instructional planning based on the curriculum guide. Now we know this one as the most essential learning competency. They are designed for immediate lesson implementation that requires detailed training. They have clear and specific objectives. They have activities aligned with the stated lesson objectives. They address the needs of the learners, the most important time and telling, and shows learners examples of real students' work of different standards. During the LMS training, we were given two templates of the lesson exemplar. This one here is the template for kindergarten to grade 3. So same with the daily lesson log, it has the content standard, the performance standard, and the learning competency and its code, based of course from the MELC. Then we have the learning objectives, then the content and the learning procedures divided into two, the preliminary activities, which was the drill, and then the review and the motivation. For the developmental activities, from kindergarten to grade 3, they will utilize the explicit teaching. Explicit teaching has the following parts. Number 1, modeling or I do, which will be done by the teacher alone. Then the guided practice or we do, which will be done by the students and the teachers. And then application you do or the independent practice, which will be done by the learners alone. Okay, of course, the evaluation and the agreement part. For grades 4 to 12, okay, here is the unified lesson exemplar template. Okay, the same. It has the content and the performance standards, and then the MELC and its code, and then the learning objectives, of course, and the content and the learning procedures. Okay, which are then divided into two: the preliminary activities, the drill. So this is the example of the drill. Okay, this lesson is all about the heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so the learners here are going to identify how many faces or appearance they can see in the given picture. Okay, and then we have the review. Okay, it's entitled, it's a throwback, but putting a title is just an option. It's up to the teacher. Okay, for the review is all about the homogeneous mixture. So the teacher or the learners will put check if the statement shows homogeneous mixture and X is not. And then for the motivation, we have the 4 picks 1 word. Identify the different images. Okay, then the motive question. Okay. So for the developmental activities from grade 4 to grade 12, okay, they will utilize the 4 A's. Okay, 4 A's stands for number 1, letter A, activity. Okay, I have here the activity, mixing together, since the pupils cannot do the experiment in the lesson, in the LMS. So I have given them examples of mixtures done at home. So these are examples of brown sugar plus flour, mixtures of coffee and chocolate powdered milk, mixtures of water and rice, then mixture of water and salt, and mixture of rice, pebbles, and salt. Okay, then the second part after the activity, we have the analysis. So which is which? Then after the activities, the teacher can ask motive questions. And then abstraction. Okay, so to generalize, so this will be done by the pupils. Give the correct definition of heterogeneous mixture from the given phrases in the box. Okay, for the application, this one. Okay, the learners will create their own mixture by choosing the correct substances that should be mixed together. And then, of course, after the 4 A's, we have the evaluation and the agreement. So how did I incorporate this one in the LMS or learning management system? This is how it looks like. Okay, the lesson title is heterogeneous mixture. Okay, I put here a video. Okay, you can expand this video if you want. Okay, have it full screen. So this video serves as a teaser of my lesson about heterogeneous mixture. After that, I put the content standard based from the MELC and then the 3 lesson objectives. Okay. It's up to the teacher kung anong gusto niya gawin dito na part. Okay. Then we have, same with the parts of the lesson exemplar, I put here the preliminary activities, the drill, the review, the motivation. So, kung nakikita ninyo may restricted siya, meaning to say, the learner cannot proceed to review the motivation without completing the previous activity. So the learner needs to complete the drill before he or she can go to review motivation. And of course, to the second part of the lesson, the 4 A's, the activity, analysis, abstraction, application, quiz, and of course, the assignment. I titled it work from home. So this is how my lesson looks like in the learning management system. These one are series of activities which will be done by the learner, guided by the teacher. That's all. Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Iris Christine Mejos, a Master Teacher 2 of Magugpo Pilot Central Elementary School.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Sir
And
JR?
yes, ma'am, before we proceed to our next session, we're gonna, I think we're gonna read some comments from our viewers.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Iris Christine Mejos, a Master Teacher 2 of Okay, we have the message from Ma'am Jocelyn Morales Tasik. Good morning, Deped family, watching from Luis Lina Elementary School.
From Ma'am Chem Javier Lopez, a happy Friday morning. May God bless us all. Hashtag Sulong Educaladad. Hashtag Digital Rise PH. Hashtag We Are One DepEd. Hashtag DepEd Tagumpay. Excited for new learning from Tagum City National High School.
We also have from Sir Robert Rasos, who is watching via YouTube right now. Good morning to all from Robert Rasos of Tagum City National Comprehensive High School.
And from Ma'am Melinda Mamaril, hello everyone watching from Magugpo Pilot Central Elementary School. Kaway-kaway dyan sa ating mga teachers, kasamang teachers sa Magugpo Pilot Central Elementary School.
Okay, so we would like to inform everybody that the lesson exemplar shown by Ma'am Mejos is only an example. Okay, the format was given to us from Region 11. Okay, so based on the presentation, Sir JR, let's
Yes,
ask
ma'am.
our participants what can they say? What is their feedback about the lesson exemplar?
Yes, ma'am. Again, what is your feedback of the lesson exemplar? So, kindly uh, write your answers on the comment.
Yes, sir. And based on the explanation from Ma'am Mejos, we really need to understand what exactly the lesson exemplar is.
Ma'am Ann, na-mute ka ata. Yes, no? Kagaya nga ng sabi ko kahapon, Ma'am Ann, na ah, meron tayo sa LMS natin, pwede natin gawin yung LMS natin na naka-format siya na isang lesson exemplar yung sa LMS natin. Kasi yun yung ginawa natin sa region. So isa yung pwede natin gamitin na format na parang naka lesson exemplar na yung ating LMS. Tapos maganda rin gawin.
Opo, sir. Mas mabilis po ang paggawa doon sa LMS, ang pag-set ng course if we have that lesson exemplar. So kung nakikita niyo, it started from preliminary activities up to assignment po.
Yes, ma'am. At saka yung lesson exemplars natin ay madali lang pong gawin kasi nga formatted na po from the region.
Yes, sir. And we are going to share the format to teachers na, di ba? Yung
Yes.
binigay po sa atin sa region para may guide po lahat ng mga teachers. And, okay, so yung results po ng pretest,
But before that, ma'am, I think our next speaker is already okay. Ayan na.
yes po.
Andiyan na ba yung result ng ating pretest? Okay, later pa po yung ating result ng pretest.
Ay, opo.
Okay.
At the end of the session po this morning. And we would like to remind everyone yung naghingi po ng link ng attendance. Mamaya po, i-post natin at 10 o'clock a.m. Okay? So again, mamaya po at 10 a.m., i-post po natin ang ating link for the attendance this morning. Sir
O-
JR, I think ready na po ang next.
Okay, so we will now have our session 5. This is on planning of classes in all modalities that will be given to us by our Education Program Supervisor in English, Sir Darwin F. Suyat.
Good morning,
Morning,
Sir
sir.
Darwin. Sir,
Sir,
paki-unmute po, sir, ng microphone ninyo so we can hear you. Unmute lang po. Thank
yan.
you.
Okay.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Good morning, Teacher Mary Ann and Teacher JR of Magupo Pilot Central Elementary School. It's nice to see you again. I'm back. Okay, this morning I'm going to discuss the planning of classes in all modalities. This is actually an offshoot of the survey conducted by the teachers, by the schools, for the preference of their learners in the modalities that they are going to have this coming calendar year. And definitely, I know all schools in the division of Tagum City are all prepared for this, and you are going to have your own class schedules. In fact, most of the schools now are already done with the crafting of their class programs, and this will be of big help to them because aside from the survey conducted to the preferences of the learners, we have also conducted the somehow survey on the uh, teachers on their preparedness on somehow on the adoption of the modalities, whether it is online, offline, radio-based instruction, or in the on the television. So this morning we are going to view a video, just a quick one, with 12 minutes for a preview. The composition of the video is all about the class schedules, starting kindergarten, grade 1, grades 2 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 10. Unfortunately, we don't have for senior high school for grades 11 to 12. This will also compose all the learning areas that we have, starting with mother tongue, science, mathematics, Filipino, English, Araling Panlipunan, MAPE, or music, arts, physical education and health, the EPP-TLE, the former ESP or Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao, which is now known as Good Manners and Right Conduct through Republic Act 114476, authored by our very own senator from Mindanao, Senator Mig Zubiri. And this, I hope this will be implemented this calendar year or by next school year. So for now, we're going to sit back, get ready, and somehow view the home online instructional plan. If you try to take a look at it later, all these class schedules contain prayer, and that it is also with all grade levels, and these all grade levels actually have reading time from kindergarten to grade 10. And please take a look on the time allotment and the total number of minutes per learning area. If we go back to kindergarten, let us be reminded, kindergarten teachers, of the blocks of time that our learners will have to deal more on playing, more on play, then less in the structured curricular activities. They also have clean up time and their bedtime is early. For grade 1, again, we start with language 1, MTB, and then we progress to language 2, Filipino, with the use now of the LMS or the learning management system, whether from the central office, from the regional office, and from the division-initiated modules and activity sheets. For English, for grade 2 to 3, we shall now start with the learning area in English. And for grade 7 to 10, in particular, will be the TLE. Under the TLE will be the special curricular programs. These are actually special interest programs that will cater the interests of the secondary learners. Some of these curricular programs includes the the special program in foreign language at Tagum City National High School, together with the STE or Science, Technology, and Engineering. For Tagum City National Comprehensive High School, we have this special program in the arts and the special program in sports. For La Filipina National High School and for Magupo Pilot Central Elementary School, we are still awaiting for the confirmation for them to become the implementing school for one of the implementing schools in Region 11 for the special program in journalism. Actually, they have started that 3 years ago. And we also have special education. Actually, the special education is inclusive, and we hope to somehow, we would like to cater to the help of the public schools district supervisor focal to all learners who need special attention and special care from the Department of Education. You will also take note that in the video, you are going to somehow be dealing with independent cooperative learning, or the ICL before, and that we also have to somehow intensify research in the secondary. So that is only a preview. Let us now watch the video. This is just a quick video, again, 12 minutes. Teachers and school heads, please take time to watch, and then let's deal on one of the modalities in the teaching learning process, that is the online modality.
Online instructional plan. Kindergarten. Monday to Friday. Morning session 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Breakfast. Monday to Friday. Morning session 8:30 to 8:40 a.m. Prayer song exercise. Morning session Monday to Friday. 8:40 to 8:55 a.m. free play. Monday to Thursday. Morning session 8:55 to 9:25 a.m. Language literacy socio-emotional. Friday morning session 8:55 to 9:25 a.m. Assessment task. Monday to Friday. Morning session 9:25 to 9:40 a.m. Snack time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, morning session 9:40 to 10:10 a.m. Friday, morning session 9:40 to 10:10 a.m. Morning session 10:10 to 10:30 a.m. Morning session 10:30 to 10:35 a.m. Monday to Friday, morning session 10:35 to 12 o'clock noon. Monday to Friday, 12 to 1 p.m. lunch. Relaxation. Monday to Friday, 1 to 5 o'clock p.m. Monday to Friday, 1 to 5 o'clock p.m. Monday to Friday, 5 to 6:30 p.m. dinner time. 6:30 to 8 p.m. free time. 8 p.m. onwards, bedtime.
Sample Home Online Instructional Plan for Grade 1. August 24th, 2020. 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. breakfast. 8:30 to 8:45 a.m. prayer, C for advisory, announcement class. 8:45 to 9:35 a.m. mother tongue. Access and use the provided SLMS. 9:35 to 10:05 a.m. Filipino. Access and use the provided SLMS. 10:05 to 10:20 a.m. recess. Household tasks. 10:20 to 10:50 a.m. may be used for reading time in English. Access and use the provided SLMS. 10:50 to 11:40 a.m. mathematics. Access and use the provided SLMS. 11:40 to 1 p.m. lunch. Household tasks. 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. creative, quiet time, nap, relaxation, play, reading stories. 3 o'clock to 3:40 p.m. Marilyn Panlapanon. Access and use the provided SLMS. 3:40 to 4:20 p.m. MAPI. Access and use the provided SLMS. 4:20 to 4:50 p.m. is ESP. Access and use the provided SLMS. 4:50 to 5 p.m. closing prayer and personal reflection. 5 o'clock to 6:30 p.m. dinner time. 6:30 to 9 p.m. free time. And or reading stories. 9 p.m. onwards bedtime. Total in minutes 240. First sum 270. Second sum. Thank you and goodbye.
Sample home and online instructional plan. Grades 2 to 3. 7 o'clock to 8 a.m. breakfast. Wake up, get dressed. 8 o'clock to 8:15 a.m. prayer. See for advisory, announcement class. 8:15 to 9:05 a.m. mother tongue. Access and use the provided SLMS. 9:05 to 9:55 a.m. Filipino. Access and use the provided SLMS. 9:55 to 10:10 a.m. recess household tasks. 10:10 to 11 a.m. English. Access and use the provided SLMS. $11.50 to 1 p.m. lunch, household tasks. 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. creative, quiet time, nap, relaxation, play, reading stories. 2 o'clock to 2:50 p.m. mathematics, access and use the provided SLMS. 2:50 to 3:30 p.m. Arlington Lipuna, access and use the provided SLMS. 3:30 to 4:10 p.m. Maybe access and use the provided SLMS. 4:10 to 4:40 p.m. ESP, access and use the provided SLMS. 4:40 to 5 p.m. closing prayer, personal reflection. 5 o'clock to 6:30 p.m. dinner time. 6:30 to 9 p.m. free time, reading stories. 9 p.m. onwards bedtime. Total minutes 310, grade 2, 360, grade 3.
Sample learning schedule at home, grades 4 to 6. 7 o'clock to 8 a.m. breakfast. 8 o'clock to 8:15 a.m. prayer, sit for advisory, announcement class. 8:15 to 9:05 a.m. Filipino. 9:05 to 9:55 a.m. English. 9:55 to 10:10 a.m. recess household tasks. 10:10 to 11 a.m. science. 11 o'clock to 11:50 a.m. mathematics. 11:50 to 1 p.m. lunch household. 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. creative quiet time, nap relaxation, play reading stories. 2 o'clock to 2:40 p.m. Marilyn Pan Lipman. 2:40 to 3:30 p.m. EPPTM. 3:30 to 4:10 p.m. MAP. 4:10 to 4:40 p.m. ESP. 4:40 to 5 p.m. closing prayer, personal reflection and journal. 5 o'clock to 6:30 p.m. dinner time. 6:30 to 9 p.m. free time, reading stories. 9 p.m. onwards, bedtime. Total in minutes, 360 minutes.
Sample of learning schedule at home. From grades 7 to 10. 7 o'clock to 8 a.m. breakfast. From 8 o'clock to 8:15 a.m. The prayer C for advisory announcement class. Every Monday. 8:15 to 9:15 a.m. TLE special curricular programs. From Tuesday to Thursday. 8:15 to 9:15 a.m. Filipino. Every Friday. 8:15 to 9:15 a.m. TLE special curricular programs. Every Monday. 9:15 to 10:15 a.m. TLE special curricular programs. From Tuesday to Thursday. 9:15 to 10:15 a.m. English. Every Friday. 9:15 to 10:15 a.m. TLE special curricular programs. From 10:15 to 10:30 a.m. recess. Household tasks every Monday. 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Filipino. From Tuesday to Friday, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Science. From 11:30 to 12 a.m. Independence, collaborative learning. 12 o'clock to 1 p.m. Lunch, household tasks, creative. From Monday to Thursday, 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. Mathematics. Every Friday, 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. English. Access and use the provided SLMs. From Monday to Thursday, 2 o'clock to 3 MAPE. Access and use the provided SLMs. Every Friday, 2 o'clock to 3 p.m. Charity Panlapunan. Access and use the provided SLMs. From Monday to Tuesday, 3 o'clock to 3:30 p.m. Arabic Panlapunan. From Wednesday to Friday, ESP. Access and use the provided SLMs. Monday 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Homeroom guidance. From Tuesday to Friday, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. independent, collaborative learning. 4:30 to 5 p.m. closing prayer, personal reflection and journal. 5 o'clock to 6:30 p.m. dinner time. 6:30 to 9 p.m. free time and or reading stories. 9 p.m. onwards, bedtime. Total in minutes 360.
That's it. So those it is actually one of the modalities that we are going to have in the opening of classes, and I am very pretty sure that those technology savvy teachers are looking forward to it because they are going to make good of their somehow learnings and the things that they have acquired from all those webinars that they have attended. So it will be an exciting one for all the teachers. At this point, since the division of Tagum City is actually very prepared for the opening of classes, allow me to share to you the presentation of our OIC Chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Maria Fede Sibuan, on the division initiatives for the opening of classes, implementation timeline. I would like to deal somehow with the learning management system on the modality of modular system. Let us now proceed to article Roman numeral 2, profiling of pupils based on the modality. If you still remember, we have done already this one with the help of the school heads and the teachers. In the first column, these are the things that are supposed to be done. Then on the second column will be the persons concerned. And then we have the timeline. the enrollment scanning based on the LESF of the school, and then the creation of grade level sectioning based on the modality. Again, the modalities that we have are actually online, offline, module, radio-based instruction, and the television. So this will be somehow being given to us by the teachers, advisors by grade level. Hopefully, we're done with this. Next, we go to the profile of students' teaching learning modality options. These are actually the options that the students will be somehow choosing from the given modalities that we have. So we have here the grade level from grades 1 to 6 and to 10, even from grades 11 to 12. The modality option includes online, how many will be for online in grade 1, then offline, modular, radio, based instruction, and television. Apart from the survey that we have conducted, actually, it's most of the learners would like to somehow use the modular option or the modular system in the teaching learning process. Next, mass orientation of teachers. Profiling of teachers based on the different modality by grade level by discipline. So we have already conducted of this. We have the central office initiated, the regional office initiated, and also the division initiated webinar on the profiling of teachers based on the different modality. So this will be done by the school heads, the PSDSS or the public schools, district supervisors, and the education program supervisors. This is when actually webinars are scheduled by district in the elementary and junior high school and senior high school. Hopefully we're done with this. Profile, if we are going to profile the learners, we're also going to do the same with the teachers on the teaching learning modality options. Okay, so how many among the teachers would prefer online? How many would like to go offline? Are they ready for the modular? Do we have teachers also who would like to be with the radio-based instruction? And those who have the guts and the personality will go to the television. Next, mass orientation of teachers. I'm done with this. Okay, let us now go to the parent stakeholders tasking orientation. Since most of these modalities would somehow deal with the maximum participation of parents, so we really need to conduct orientation for the parents on the different modality, and then presentation on the different guidelines to be observed in the distribution and retrieval of materials, whether modular, online, offline, and radio. We also we're very happy that the local government unit of Tagum City, headed by Mayor Alan L. Relion, with the focal person in Tabang Escuela, Councilor Alderson Relion, and the focal also for that from the PESO, Ma'am Roginette Pagdilao, is very, they are actually very eager to help us, and they're ready to help us. And actually, there was already a turnover of all the materials last week to DepEd Tagum City Division. So there will be an orientation, and we're very glad that there will be an enrollment of parents to alternative learning system, not only with the adult learners, but also with the parents themselves who will be enrolling to the alternative learning system. Concerned personalities for this are the school heads, the PSDSS, the EPS, and then we have the local government unit of Tagum City, which is the Tabang Escuela program in particular. We have already started on this, and that up to now they are actually accepting donations in whatever form, monetary or materials that are going to be somehow given to all, hopefully all elementary and secondary schools in the division of Tagum City. That includes ink. Hopefully, they can also provide us with the necessary equipment like printer and the gadgets like laptop and also some phones. So this is now the distribution and retrieval of modules flow. For the distribution phase, from the teacher advisor to the parents to the pupils, instructions will be provided to the parents guardian. That is why it is very important or very essential for the school to conduct an orientation to all parents and guardians in the distribution and retrieval of the module. In fact, not only on the distribution and retrieval, but also on the actual implementation of all the modalities that we have. So the parents will provide activity notebook for their learners, and that it will be somehow placed in a cellophane envelope. Then relay the instructions to pupils and assist the learners. That is why between the teacher and the pupils, we all have the parents or the guardians to be with us. Next, distribution and retrieval of module. Okay, so let us now go to the retrieval phase. There are actually three options that we are going to undergo if we want. From home, then we can give that to the Purok leaders or to the Purok officials. Then from the Purok officials, they can now give that to the barangay. And then the barangay will now deliver that to the school, to the teachers themselves. Another option will be from home, from the parents, directly to the barangay. Then the barangay will now give it to the school. Another is from home directly to the school or to the teachers concerned. So you have choices, or the parents will have choices on the distribution and retrieval of modules. Let us now go to the self-engaging learning materials, or SLM. Self-engaging learning materials, learning packages, and other readiness and reproduction. Of course, we are going to observe the timeline given by the central office, the regional office, and the division office. Actually, even if we have the division-initiated modules and activity sheets, still we have also coming from the central office and from the regional office. From the regional office, we have lesson exemplar and activity sheets. From the central office, we have their self-engaging learning materials. And then the reproduction of the materials. All of these materials will be somehow the repository for this will be the learning management or the LRMS, Learning Resource Management System of the division office. They will be the repository. At the same time, they will do the distribution to the schools. So by whom? This will be the Bureau of Learning division from the regional office, and from the division office focus, then school subject area teachers. This is also being somehow the division initiated modules are now with the LRMS. Most of the learning areas have already submitted the modules and activity sheets with the LRMS. Okay, distribution and retrieval of modules flow, releasing phase from the focal division information technology to the LR, then to the school's LR, then schools in charge of the reproduction. We now go to the quasi-reproduction scheme, or the QRS. Let us say for this week, we will have English, MTB MLE, then EPPTLE, Science, MAPE, and SPED. Then alternate will be the mathematics, Araling Panlipunan, Filipino, ESP, and other special interest programs. This is 1 week alternate. Of course, these learning materials will be somehow be validated through a field test. We are going to conduct field testing of the learning materials based on the modality. If we talk about discipline, we talk about all the learning areas, and then the evaluation and appreciation of the learning materials. We would like also to somehow thank our teachers from kindergarten to grade 12 for helping us craft, make, write the module, the lesson exemplar, activity sheets for all grades levels. And also we would like to thank the LRE, or the Learning Resource Evaluators from the Division of Tagum City. And of course, the LRMS and the somehow participation of our elementary schools and secondary schools principal. So we have this one. Next, actual conduct on the opening of the new normal classes. So we deal with the new norm. We release the learning materials through Tabang Eskwela because we don't have the somehow the problem on the mobilization. So we need the help of the LGU. We would like also to emphasize the remote conduct of classes in all levels. Remote because there will be no physically appearance of the learners in the school. So there will be no face-to-face, absolutely, for now. Then the observation of the health protocols in the school and at the schools and school at home. We will be helped by the school heads, by the LGU Tabang Eskwela. Of course, we need the assistance of the barangay functionaries, the parents themselves, PSDSS, the education program supervisors, and the division office health section. I hope we can start releasing the learning materials by the first week of August. But what I know is that the kindergarten materials for the MTB, they are now actually started releasing the material in the schools. We also have an assessment for the learners. This is now the weekly learners tracking report. We have here the identified modality of the learners and then the schedule of classes, the date, and the week. So per learning area, in the first column, the name of the student, then the learner's outcome. If you try to look at these are actually the scores that the learners will be having in the assessment. Then we have here the equivalent grade and the description. So we also have the desired competencies, what went well for 1 week, then what went wrong for 1 week, and then instructional intervention. Just like in reading, we also have intervention with the modalities that we are going to have, under which we have here the rubrics. So below 75 did not meet expectation. 79 to 75 fairly satisfactory. 75 to 79 fairly satisfactory. From 85 to 89 very satisfactory. I should have started with 80 to 84 satisfactory. 85 to 89 very satisfactory, and from 90 to 100 outstanding. So that's it. We're now ready with the online, offline, and also with the module that we have with the division. Also, we are going to have the radio-based instruction. We're just waiting the instruction from the central office and from the regional office. Actually, some of our radio-based instruction teachers are undergoing the training. So with this, I would like to leave you. I would like to borrow this from our OIC chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Maria Fe Sibuan. According to Audrey Monk, this pandemic is unprecedented for us, but we have experienced other hard things. This time gives us an opportunity to practice resilience and to show our kids what resilience looks like. Again, good morning to all of you, and thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you very much, Sir Darwin.
Yes, thank you very much, Sir Darwin Suyat, Education Program Supervisor in English. At this time, we would like to request our participants to please post your questions.
Questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you have some doubts or if you have some inquiries about the topic that has been presented to us by Dr. Darwin F. Suyat, and he will be ready to answer you.
Yeah. So, to our participants, please write down your questions at the comment section.
Sir JR, based on the video that Sir Darwin Suyat have shown to us, we can now we have now the idea what the class program would look like, right?
Yes, ma'am. And nakita ko nga, maganda yung flow ng class program natin. Kasi namamanage natin yung work plan ng isang bata for the whole day.
Yes, sir. And also, napansin ko din yung pag-start ng time. It's quite different compared to the regular class that we had before, right? Di ba
Yes,
maaga
ma'am.
noon? Tapos ngayon, nagsisimula tayo ng 8 o'clock a.m. Tama ba ako, Sir Darwin?
Yes,
Sa
ma'am.
sample po.
If we view again the video, we are going to have there the at least no the breakfast. We start with the breakfast and the prayer. Then it would somehow vary on the grade levels of our learners on the conduct of the activities for the whole day. If you also have noticed that the bedtime of our learners in the early grades are actually very early, and that those in the junior high school is actually on 9 a.m. So from 8 to 9, their day will be full of activities, not only actually engaging between the teacher, the material, but also with the parents because the parents will be always around no, for that day, whole day activity.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alam mo, Maman, ang kagandahan nito, Maman, kung natatandaan niyo, 'di ba, meron tayong mga lessons sa different subjects natin, yung managing time ng mga bata na pinapagawa natin sila ng kung ano yung gagawin na nito, ganito. At ngayon na mayroon tayong pandemic, para kumbaga, ito yung aplikasyon ng kanilang mga natutunan doon sa lesson na yun, di ba, Ma'am Ann?
Opo, sir. And Sir Darwin, most of the
Yes, ma'am.
teachers are asking po if
Yes,
they
ma'am.
can have the copy of the video that you have shown earlier.
Yes, ma'am. I will be very happy to share it to them. Actually, I asked the video from Panabo City Division, and I'm very thankful to my counterpart, Dr. Suelto, for at least allowing me to use the video. I will be very happy. I'll just give it to the technical team.
Thank you so much, Sir Darwin. And we have here a question from Jamie Chan Afri. Can we have a hard copy of the schedule presented in any of the modality presented, sir?
Okay, we have, of course, this will be for the teachers, no? For the school heads and for the schools. Uh, I know our OIC chief will be very, somehow accommodating to give them a hard copy of all the schedules in the modalities. I think that will be the topic next after me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, from Sir Blink Tampoy. Hello po, Sir Suyat. What should be reflected in the report card? Is it the numerical grade or the description of the grade scales? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sir Tampoy. That will be included. The details of that will be included in the next presentation of the OIC chief, Dr. Maria Fesibuan. So
Okay.
just stay.
Thank you, sir. From
Yes, ma'am.
Linda Grace Bilacas Porras Balagon. This is from Manga Elementary School. Good morning to gentlemen and Lady Madam Anne. Is my understanding correct that there is no more face-to-face, even for once to any of the student? Thank you so much and God bless Tagum City Division.
Again, Ma'am Balagon of Apocon Elementary School. Is this Ma'am Balagon of
Ano,
Apocon
sir?
Elementary
Manga
School?
Elementary School
Manga
po.
Elementary School. Sorry, from Manga Elementary School. That specifications will be somehow be given in detail by the OIC chief, no, on instances of face-to-face in the opening of classes and also in the implementation of the modalities. That will be given to you later.
Okay, thank you. Remind lang siguro natin yung ating mga participants na once po kayo nagtanong po kayo, pakilagay din po ng inyong school para naman ma-acknowledge po namin. Okay,
Yes
we have
po.
here Principal 3 of Pipisan Maog National High School. We have Sir Mervin Hangad. Good morning po, Doc Darwin. Since it's a sample class kid, are we allowed to make some modifications in consultation with our subject teachers, advisors, parents, and community?
Thank you very much, my classmate, Sir Marvin Hangad of Pipisan Maog National High School. What I have shown to you is only the sample, sir, and what I know is that you are empowered to somehow, no, to lead the school in the implementation of the modalities that we have, and the modification somehow will be, of course, no, it will be welcome because you know best your school, you know your learners, and you also know your teachers. You know best your environment, so you're in the best position to make your schedule of classes.
Thank you. From Mom Karen. Good morning po. Sir, what would you recommend to parents who are working? How can they guide their children in following their class schedule especially those who are still not capable of independent learning.
Thank you very much, Karen. That is why we need to have an orientation before the opening of classes. In fact, most of the schools have already conducted orientation. The purpose of that orientation is actually mainly for the parents because the parents will be always with the learners, from Monday to Friday, from morning till afternoon. If you try to look at the schedules that we're going to have, and with all these learning areas, 8 learning areas, there is really a need for the parents to be with their learners, especially in kindergarten, grades 1, 2, and 3. However, for the higher grade levels, somehow guidance will also be very essential.
Yes, sir. We need the support from the parents.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's
Are
what
there
we need
any more
now.
questions? Yes, sir. Are there any more questions? Okay. Sir, may nag-PM po sa akin. Nagtanong
Yes,
po siya.
ma'am.
Yung weekly tracing learners report po. Lahat ng bata po ba sa lahat ng section na na-handle mo po? Like for example sa teacher. Then pwede po ba malaman namin ang description po every total score na makuha nila?
Again, ma'am, I just would like to emphasize the details of that will be taken by Dr. Maria Sibuan after my time.
Opo,
All
sir.
the
Thank
details of
you.
that, all your questions regarding the tracing, the accomplishment report will be answered by the CID chief.
Okay po. So, are there any more questions? Wala na pong tanong mula sa mga participants? Ayan, wala na po. Thank you so much, Dr. Darwin F. Suyat, Education Program Supervisor, for the comprehensive explanation about planning of classes in all modalities. God bless po.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
sir.
much, Ma'am Mary Ann Ramirez, and also thank you very much, Sir JR.
Okay, Ma'am Ann.
We will proceed to the next session, Sir JR.
Yes, ma'am. So we will now proceed to our next session. We are now on session 6. This is homeroom training of the parents with the parents e-kit. And Ma'am Ann, this will be
Yes.
given to us by our OIC, CID Chief in the Curriculum Implementation Division. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here Dr. Maria Fe D. Sibuan. A virtual clap for Ma'am Sibuan.
Good morning, Ma'am Sibuan.
Good morning, Ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here Dr. Maria Fe D. Sibuan. A virtual clap for Ma'am Sibuan.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Sir JR. Of course, my courtesy to our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Josephine L. Padul, our OIC ASDS, Dr. Christine C. Bagakay, my counterpart in the SGOD, Dr. Josefina Palaka, our school heads, assistants to the school heads, our training team, our PSDSS, our EPS, to our teacher participants, good morning. So this morning I'm going to present to you the kit, no, which is supposedly to be given to our parents. But somehow we don't provide them the e-kit, but instead our school heads decided to give them the hard copy of these materials. So I'm going to show to you the different items or contents of this e-kit. So let me share to you my screen. Just wait for a while. But before that, I would like to extend my gratitude to the team of the Department of Education Region 11 for allowing us to use these slides for my topic about parents inspiring and managing learning at home. So of course, on the day one, we were able to we were able to know the vision of vision, mission, and core values of DepEd. So let's not anymore deal with it because on the first day, tapos na ito. But I would like to stress that for mission, the DepEd would like to protect and promote the right of every Filipino to quality, equitable, culture-based, and complete basic education where students learn in a child-friendly, gender-sensitive, safe, and motivating environment. So teacher facilitate learning and constantly nurture every learner. Administrators and staff, as stewards of the institution, ensure an enabling and supportive environment for effective learning to happen. The family, community, and other stakeholders are actively engaged and share responsibility for developing lifelong learners. Of course, our core values, makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. Ito po lahat ay ilalagay sa ikit or sa kit ng ating parents. So our parents should also know the K to 12 most essential learning competencies. So previously we have the K-12 competencies, but because of this pandemic, we were able to compress all these competencies and put this into MELCs, of which this responds to the needs of the new normal. So the K to 12 most essential learning competencies, this is not a departure from the K to 12 curriculum. This is as the standard, the content and performance standards are still retained with these MELCs, and this also focus on the attainment of our learners of the 21st century skills. The codes and tag materials are retained for merged and retained competencies. This MELCs is also aligned with the Sulong Educalidad framework. So the learning competency is essential if, number one, it is aligned with national, state, and or local standard framework, especially on the scientifically literate Filipinos, on that discipline that focus on sciences, technology, and many others. Second, it connects the content to higher concepts across content areas. Third, it is applicable to real-life situations. Fourth, if students left school after this grade, it would be important for them to have this competence above many others. So it would also be expected that most students would learn this through their parents, communities, and if not taught at school. So that is why we really have this remote conduct of the classes. This MELC also adheres to endurance. Of course, a learning competencies is considered enduring if it remains with learners long after a test or unit of study is completed, or if it is useful beyond a single test or unit of study. So this is the example, no, of such learning competencies. We have these research skills, our reading comprehensions of our learners, writing, map reading, and hypothesis testing, which are essential in many professions and in everyday life. The process of identifying the MELCs, of course, it started with the K-12 curriculum guide. This is yung basic, no, basic curriculum guide that our teachers are using. From this K-12 curriculum guide, these will go to essential learning competencies. And from this, we pick the most essential learning competencies to make it now our MELCs. This is now the Bible of our teachers for us to have a uniform offering of the 9 disciplines in the field. From learning competencies to MELCs, what are retained? Of course, it satisfies the endurance criterion, contributes to lifelong learning, and a prerequisite skills to the next grade level. So it still adheres to the spiral approach, which is based on the learning from kinder to grade 12. Merged in the sense that two or more learning competencies that have the same objective or learning intention are combined into one comprehensive learning competency. Rephrase because it makes the statement of the LC to more concise or specific, and drop LC that is too specific, recurring, or subsequent. The most essential learning competencies determining factor for endurance. Number one, if it remains with learners long after a test or unit of study is completed. Second, if it is useful beyond a single test or unit of study, such as research skills, reading comprehension, the writing, the map reading, and hypothesis testings, which are essential in many professions and in everyday life by Reeves 2002, Many and Horrell 2014. So the different modalities and roles of K players, this will also be included in the kit of our parents. So they will understand the different modalities. The traditional face-to-face learning. So this refers to a learning delivery modality where the learners and the teachers are both physically present in the classroom. And there are opportunities for active engagement, immediate feedback, and socio-emotional development of learners. Face-to-face option may also be feasible in very low-risk area, such as the geographically isolated, disadvantaged, and conflict-affected areas or GEDCA, with no history of infection and very low and easily monitored external contacts, but with teachers and learners living in the vicinity of the schools. Distance learning, this is the second option, the traditional one, the face-to-face. But for now, we are encouraging each schools or every schools to adhere to distance learning. So this refers to a learning delivery modality where learning takes place between the teacher and the learners who are geographically remote from each other during instructions. So these are the 5 types, no? We have the modular distance learning, online distance learning, the TV radio-based instruction, offline distance learning, and blended learning. So sometimes we call the blended learning as this flexible learning, a combination of modular and online, or online and offline, or modular offline. So we call that as blended learning or flexible learning. Parenting in the new normal. So be a role model. So parents should also know their role. No, parents are a kid's first teachers. Read together, So reading the lessons together is one of the best ways to be close with a child's learning at school. Oversee child's activity. So have an eye on the child's activity and help them to be more organized with their daily routine and find enough time for the lessons. That is why we will also provide a schedule of classes to the kit of our parents. So no overscheduling. So help them balance time between lessons, playtime, and rest is important to have a quality student life. Help them to relax with a good night's sleep and proper food. Provide pleasant atmosphere. So make a comfortable space for them at home. Of course, parents will provide chairs and table, no? Maybe at any corner of their home. Another is give constructive criticism. So let the children understand what is right and wrong rather than simply blaming them. Rewards them for results. So giving good motivation is important for a kid to perform better with studies. Another is maintain parent-teacher relationships. So attend to parent-teacher meetings and interaction sessions. So this could be done with the technology that we have. Text maybe can be used, messenger or any apps that we could get in touch. No, there is a parent-teacher meetings or parent-teacher consultations. Monitor their learning. So do a proper monitoring about their learning at home and give friendly advices. So help them on their assignments. So devise fun ways to learn. So make learning a fun activity with devising some interesting ways. Gamification is also a good idea to adapt for home learning too. So be a good friend. So last but not the least, it is important to be a good friend of your kid. Give them a space to share anything that comes to their mind and express their true feelings. In the new normal, we are using the central office and regional office initiative. So this is now the LMS would come in. So this is our learning management system. These do not only limit to the schools, but we can also provide them to our parents. So this LMS is a user-friendly interface, ease of integration, content management, ease of access, blended learning features, assessment and testing, reporting and tracking, and security. So if there are parents who has the capacity to install, no, na siya good backup, internet backup at home, so we could provide them this LMS. So at any time, pwede silang mag-download ng mga lessons from these apps. So we have now this time a prototype learning schedules at home. In fact, this has been discussed by Dr. Suyat, no? With the video clips provided to us by the regional during the RTOT. But in my presentation, this is a sample of the schedule of Tagum City Division, sample only because, as I have said, this could also be modified by our school heads. We only provide this one for at least merong basis for them in the preparation of their schedules or class schedules. So in here, it's very clear in the presentation of Dr. Suyat that on the first hour, 7 to 8 in the morning, we have this wake up, make up your bed, eat breakfast, and get ready for an awesome day. in our schedule, we put in here our parang tagline na home call. So you will know later what is this home call. That is 7 to 8. Then we extend our time in the developing of our schedule. We extend time for every discipline. Why? Because we wanted that learning should be in the pace learning of our learners. So they could extend and they could explore more on the content of the lesson provided in them for week 1. So for 8 to 9:30, that's for mathematics. Then 9:30 to 10, so our pupils needs have also to break or to take their snacks. Then at 10 to 11:30, that will be for MAPE. This is for grade 1, ha. For grade 1, first and second quarter, they don't have pa English. And first quarter, wala pa silang Pilipino. So ito lang muna ang mga subjects nila. So for 1 o'clock to 2:30, they would have their MTB, MLE. And 2:30 to 4, they have this activity pagbasa, no? To improve their reading comprehension, of course, understanding later. So 4 to 4:30, they are going to have their break in the afternoon, and 4:30 to 5, their home call. On the second week, um, 8 to 9:30, of course, that's 7 to 8 home call. It's 8 to 9:30, they are going to have their Araling Panlipunan. Then 9:30 to 10, break. Then 10 to 11:30, they are going to have their ESP. 11:30 to 12:30, their lunch. And 12:30 to 1 o'clock, their home call. And 1 to 2:30 to 4, they could extend that one to pagbasa or to any content or to any discipline na medyo kailangan i-extend. So they can use this 2:30 to 4 in the afternoon. That is for grade 1. Then for grade 2, for week 1, 8 to 9:30, they are going to have their reading because we will not end only up to 8-week intervention done by our focal, but we are going to extend that, no? 8 to 9:30, they are going to have their reading. Then 10 to 11:30, English. Then 1 to 2:30, Filipino. And 2:30 to 4, MAPE. And for the second week, they are going to have their first period, mathematics. Then 10 to 11:30, reading. 1 to 2:30, aralpan. And 2:30 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the edukasyon sa pagpapahalaga, or this time, this is already GMRC. So still break in the afternoon, 4 to 4:30, and 4:30 to 5, home call. For grade 3 and to grade 6, so complete discipline. So they have now their English, science, and of course Filipino. So for 8 o'clock to 9:30, they will start their first period with math. Then 10 to 11:30, English. 1 to 2:30, Araling Panlipunan. And 2:30 to 4 o'clock, MAPE. Then on the second week, 8 to 9:30, science. 10 to 11:30, ESP. And 1 to 2:30, Filipino. And 2:30 to 4, EPP. Of course, with the consideration of the other inclusive education, they could fit into the time, no, that is available for these areas. So our school heads, you can modify the suggested or proposed some class schedule at your own context. But we should not forget that there should also be time for instructional intervention or remediation. So this could come in at any time of the day. But we would only like to stress that let us offer this remote conduct of classes to our pupils for learning with the hashtag learning with fun. So what is this? For the secondary, the presentation done by Dr. Suyat already adheres to the memorandum provided to us by the region. So this is the memorandum number 345, series of 2020, released July 17, no, no. This is Regional Memorandum released July 23, 2020. So, suggested strategies in implementing distance learning delivery modalities or DLDM for school year 2020 to 2021. Your respective PSDSS will provide you the note. Maybe you can discuss that during your own webinars. So, let me continue. What is this home call? Uh, Home call for an Instagram, nakita ko ito, it's an engagement or activities, which means your current and future posts are more. The questions at the end that there is always a call to action. So, call to action meaning the preliminary activities of our pupils at home. So, they have this 1 hour time, no? So, before the engagement of the lesson of the day, kasi we wanted to make each day awesome to our learners. So, that 1 hour includes, kasi nasa bahay sila, one is their activities at home, no? This can be given 15 to 20 minutes. Of course, their personal preparation. They have to take a bath and others, no? For 20 minutes. Then physical development, that includes exercise for 10 minutes. Then review somehow their different exercises and worksheets done if may activities for 10 minutes before the proper engagement for the day subjects or for the day lessons. So that is what we mean about home call. Of course, this will be a part of the kit of our parents. So our parents will be guided at home, no? They can post it at any corner of their home or house. So they will be they will be reminded on the activities to be done on that day. So we will also include or part of the kit of our learners, of our parents I mean, are the samples of self-learning modules. So may mga samples, of course, in any discipline na ilagay doon sa kit ng ating parents. These are samples of lesson exemplars, worksheets, or self-learning modules or learning package. Um, Of course, we will also include part of the kit or the help desk, no? The different items like the child protection policy, focal, academic specialist, the technical team that will be provided by your PSDSS, the guidance counselors of the school, the medical team or nurse of the school, the senior high school, kung sa senior high school na, these are the items, senior high school immersion, focal, ESC, the TSS or the school head, and the JDVP focal. So they should know the hotlines, the regional focal number, the division focal name, if possible, and the school focal. And the learning area coordinators with, of course, the specific or bearing, of course, the specific cell phone numbers or hotlines. even if our pupils will be at home, of course they are going to have this, no, the physical fitness test to determine the level of fitness of our learners or students or children, then identify strength and weaknesses for development and improvement, then provide baseline data for selection of physical activities for enhancement of health and skill performance. Then parents also will gather data for the development of norms and standards. And motivate, guide, and counsel pupils or students in selecting sports for recreation, competition, and lifetime participation. So this will be not anymore the teacher-student activity, but this will be done by parent and pupils activity or parent-children activities. Even at home, always practice social distancing. Then the reason why we have this conduct of remote, opening of classes or holding of classes, because we wanted to safeguard our pupils, your children. So if it's not necessary to go out, then do not go out. So that's our hashtag this time, no? So parent and children, our pupils should always be at home or stay at home. Then personal hygiene protocols for COVID-19 should also be a practice at home. So wash your hands with soap and water. So this includes before and after eating and after going to the toilet. So in our schedule, we have our break time, our lunch time for our kids. So we will always observe the washing of hands. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizers, especially when you go out. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect surfaces you use often such as discs and doorknobs. So disinfect surface, no? Using you by the use of alcohol. Clean and disinfect objects you use often such as mobile phones, ball pen, case, wallet, and passes. Then of course, eat healthy food and take vitamins. So again, these are the contents of our parents' kit. And we're expecting also that our school heads, I believe you were able already conduct your parents' orientation, and hope also that you provided your parents with those notes, no, inside their kits. So to everyone, thank you very much and good morning.
Okay, thank you so much to our OICCID Chief, Dr. Maria Fee de Sibuan.
At this time, sir, let us cater some questions from our participants.
Thank you so much to our OICCID Chief, Dr. Maria Fee de
Okay.
Sibuan.
Again,
And
for those participants who have questions, you may now post your questions or comments on the chat box or the comment section. And Dr. Sibuan is ready to answer your queries. Di ba, ma'am?
Yes.
okay,
Okay.
so comment na po tayo. So write your questions to our comment box, and please again kindly include po yung ating school so that ma-acknowledge po namin kayo.
Yes po. Makikita po natin, Sir JR, sinong pinaka-active na school. Di
Yeah.
ba?
Opo, ma'am. At saka yung mga school head din natin na hanggang ngayon ay kasama pa rin natin sa ating webinar session.
Opo. So, we are still waiting for the questions from our participants about session number 6, homeroom training of parents.
Okay, so sa ating pong webinar director, kahit po comment lang po na nanggagaling sa ating mga school heads, ay pwede po nating i-flash para po ma-acknowledge natin yung mga school head natin.
Okay,
Ayan.
mayroon na po. Sir JR?
Yes, we have from, again, Sir Mervin Hangad. Good morning, Doc Fe. Your presentation provides essential elements for parents' forum or orientation. Now, we are more confident in sharing this to the school community. Okay,
Wow.
thank you so much, Sir Mervin.
Thank you, Sir Marvin.
Sir
Okay,
Mervin is very active in
yeah.
our webinar since yesterday, sir and ma'am. Okay, we have here from Principal of Tagum City National Comprehensive High School, Dr. Judith P. Magsipok. Thanks, Dr. Fee Sibuan, for presenting the e-kit for parents so well.
Thank you, Ma'am Judith P. Magsipog. Thank you, Duke.
Okay. We still have here from Ada Shella Apostol. Thank you so much for the well thought schedule and the thoroughly deliberated milk for the teachers and students from Tagum City National High School po.
Thank you.
From Ma'am Annalie Maunes. Wow, we are properly guided now. Thanks po, Ma'am.
Na-clear na po ang doubts ng karamihan ng
Yeah.
dahil sa presentation ni Dr. Mario Fe Sibuan. Maraming salamat, ma'am. And we still have some comments or questions from Sir Jeffrey C. Villarosa of La Filipina National High School. Am I right? Um,
Yes.
Good morning, Dr. Sibuan. Salamat sa info, Doc, and good day.
From
From
Ma'am,
Glenda Marcolhas Luisen, from MPIES, through your presentation, ma'am, we are enlightened as teacher as to the arrangement of subjects in every grade level.
ayan. So siguro Ma'am ano, nasagot na natin yung mga tanong na nasa isipan ng ating mga teachers kasi nga dito nga sa atin ang daming teachers papaano ba, ano bang gagawin. So with this webinar, nakatulong talaga para po ma-clear up yung mga questions na nasa kanilang nasa kanilang mga utak.
Opo, sir, kasi before the presentation of Dr. Sibuan, parang nasa isip natin, paano kaya gagawin lahat ng subjects, 'di ba? Kasi iniisip natin yung
Yeah.
tulad noon, yung regular day pa natin, ah iniisip natin paano kaya pagkakasyahin ang isang
Ang
isang
walong
araw sa
subject.
lahat o 8 subjects. Ngayon, cleared na po. Maraming salamat po doon. Okay, any more?
Ma'am Ann,
Yes
if may
po. Yes po.
I would like to go back, no? I would like to take this time to make things clarify on the learners tracking. The one that is being asked
Ay,
kanina.
tama
Yes
Ma'am, tama.
po.
Diba? Oh, okay. So we have now the schedules, no? It's already clear from grade 1 to 6 on what to do in the day. So let's go to the tracking, no? The tracking of learners that will be done weekly. So on the first column, these are now the list of names of our pupils. So isulat lahat yung pangalan. So since we will be providing worksheets, we will be providing learning package module of which the activities, this is already it's not only the content, but there's already that activities to be confined on a day. So that because that is 1 week activity, so meron tayong mga items doon for the student to accomplish. So para siyang class record, no? Ang mas maganda nito because since they are using this activity or module, nandun yung specific code ng competency. So, by the time na i-check ito ni teacher, makita kung anong area doon, yung gray area, of which hindi nakuha ng bata. So, isusulat ni teacher yon what went wrong. So, hindi na magsulat si teacher ng narration. Ang ilagay na lang ni teacher doon, yung code. Yung code, yung
Ah,
competency code. Yes, so hindi siya laborious.
wow.
Kasi ang
Salamat
isulat
po.
doon, competency code. Tapos, what went well, yung the numbers of check, confirming check, yun ang isulat na code. So, yung code na under what went wrong, yun yung area na gawa ng intervention. You may notice mayroong last column,
Opo.
instructional intervention. So, yun ang area, isulat ni teacher, ito, I will provide extra worksheet. So, para siyang si teacher nag-reteach. Pero walang
Opo.
reteach na nangyayari. But instead, yung worksheet na i-provide doon sa bata on the second week. So,
Ganun po ba,
yak.
ma'am?
So, kahit wala si teacher around, mayroong tracking si teacher anong nangyayari sa bata at home. So, parang
Maganda po yun, ma'am.
it's a self-directed learners tracking. That's weekly. That should be done weekly by learning area. So, baga, si teacher in one learning, for example, English. So, English, yun ang tracking niya. Filipino, yun ang tracking niya. Anyway, it's really easy. So, wala siyang narration na mangyayari. Ang ilalagay lang is yung code, what went well, what went wrong. So, si what went wrong, doon papasok, anong ibibigay ko? Am I going to provide additional worksheet, 5 items, or go back, explain? So, iso doon na ilagay ni teacher. Kailangan ko extra worksheet. So, package na siya. So, ganon, no?
Maganda po, ma'am.
Yes,
I'm sure
yes,
maraming
opo.
natutuwa ng mga teachers ngayon.
Oo.
Baka nag-worry sila na ang daming
No
forms.
worry, no worry, no worry. No.
With that explanation, clear na po sa banda ng mga teacher. Ay, ma'am, some of the teachers are asking po, like for example, English teacher po siya. Example lang po ng grade 5. So, nasa 1 week, sa week 1 po siya. Pagdating ng week 2 po, wala pong English. Ano po ang gagawin ni teacher doon? Yun po ba yung sa intervention na sinasabi niyo po?
No, no, no. For this week, week 1, no? Supposedly, that should be done for elementary, no? 50
Yes po.
minutes. But we
Opo.
extend to 1 hour to 30 minutes. So, 1.5. So, meaning to say, kahit walang actual interactions, the elements per competency on per week, covered yan ni bata from week 1 to week 2. So kahit wala siyang English for week 2, pero meron naman siyang ibang subject. So kumbaga, we are going to give learning the lesson in awesome way. Yung bang meron siyang fun, no? Hindi siya kumbaga ipit, but extend more time. So mas maraming time, mas hindi pressure ang bata, mas ang learning niya is parang effective, no?
Yes po, ma'am. And mas focus po si teacher at
May
saka si
focus
student po.
yeah. Dalawa, it's helping our pupils and then teacher. Friendly siya both, no? Si teacher at saka si pupil. So magaan lang siya dalahin. Okay?
Yes po, maraming salamat. And we have a question here from Orselin Aliones, ma'am. From Mangkilam ES po. How about po on the grading system and the reflected grades on the report card po?
Okay. Maganda yan. You will notice that we have this, we quantify. Normal yon. We need to quantify. In fact, we're promoting the formative assessment, no? By just asking the questions within, katong face-to-face pa, we can really assess if students learned or not. Ngayon kasi remote siya. So we're going to quantify. Pero for us teacher to motivate, to make learning fun, wala masyadong pressure. Kaya meron tayong verbal description. So, for example, nag 100 siya, outstanding. Di ba? Lami siya, O. So, si bata, andun yung drive niya to get O. Kahit pa si grade 1, pag may O, di ba? Pag may star, happy si bata. So ngayon gawin nating verbal. So O, VS. So meron silang target always. Ngayon, yung question, yun yung sa tracking natin, no? May quantify, meron siyang verbal. So, para encouraging sa bata, pwede niya immediately ilagay sa worksheet 25. O, para yung motivation ba, walang presence ni teacher pero motivated si bata to do the activity. Yun ang ating objective. As to what to be reflected in the report card, we will wait for the memorandum kasi ano yan, we will always have this legal backup, no? Yung ginawa natin is for the division consumption for the teacher to track our learners.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. In addition to that, ma'am, pwede rin nating ma-motivate yung ating mga students through sa LMS, ma'am. Kasi po sa LMS, meron po itong pwede nating yung badge po na later po sa simulation po namin ni Teacher Ann, makikita nyo po na pwede po nating bigyan ng badge yung ating mga bata na I'm sure magiging exciting para sa kanya. So later on
Yes.
po, tingnan po
Oh.
natin yung simulation namin ni
Pagbalik
Teacher Ann.
ng papel, lagyan ng badge for the elementary, even for the junior high school and senior high school, it's still applicable.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes
At
po.
pwede natin
Because,
yung
no, yung the child in us, no? Kahit pa 50, 60, nagya po'y buot. Hanapon
Kahit
ka ng
teacher
tawag
po.
na guide. Yes, the child in us, no? Yan.
yung teacher nga, ma'am, maka-receive ng badge, ma'am, ay happy-happy na doon sa
Yes,
Proud
oo.
masyado
How
po.
much more ang bata, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Sige.
Opo. So,
May
Sir
tanong yata
JR,
tayo.
Sir JR, 'di ba sa LMS po natin, binibigyan natin ng badge yung makatapos ng isang course.
yes,
Pero we
ma'am.
can also add badge for those nakakuha ng outstanding, 'di ba? Mas bongga
Yes, ma'am.
'yon.
Yes, ma'am. At saka pwede rin din tayong mag-add ng certificates kasi pwede tayong makapagbigay ng certificates na maaaring ilagay ng mga students sa kanilang portfolio na magiging part din ng kanilang achievement na sa isang asignatura po.
Yes po. And we have here a question from Giovanni Sebastian from Tagum City National High School. Thank you, ma'am, for your informative and comprehensive explanation. But how about the grading system of the students since we are using the online learning po?
Okay. In any modalities, the tracking, the learner's tracking or weekly learner's tracking can still be applied. Kasi even if you are engaged to online delivery mode, you can still quantify. Di ba, JR? You
Yes,
can
ma'am.
still quantify the output of your learners. Nandun kasi sa atin usually yung doubts ba? Yung doubts na how about if the parent will be the one to do the yung mga yung mga hidden questions natin in mind. Let's not discount our learners. Our learners are really that good, no? Even in this new normal, I would like to stress to everyone, no? Our learners, even in this new normal, they have this quick adaptability. Andun yung daw sa kasi naka-box in tayo, naka-online ako, paano ito, how yung assurance na ito talaga si batang gumawa nito. You know, teachers for 2 to 3 years, you can quickly determine whether our learners are learning at home or not. Makita yan kahit pa sa sulat, you can determine that, no? I am sure, no. So for Giovanni Sebastian, for the grading system, even if they're using the online learning, still the tracking template that I provided could still be applied.
Yes, ma'am. At ang kagandahan, ma'am, pag online, lalong-lalo na po, pag gumamit tayo ng LMS, hindi na po tayo mahihirapan kasi automatically, magbibigay na po ng grade sa bawat gawain or activity na ilalagay
Yes.
natin doon. May graded na po siya, ida-download lang po natin, then yun na po. Pwede na po natin siyang i-total or
Yes.
i-sum up.
Hindi
Kung
na
mas madali,
mag-check si
yeah.
teacher
Hindi na
at
mag-check.
saka hindi na mag-record, automatic na po.
Yes, ma'am.
Mas advantage po 'yon sa LMS.
Yeah.
Okay, we have here from Lolita de la Cruz, Pastoriza. How can we deal with learners who cannot perform according to what the teacher expects? This is from Tagum City National High School.
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Pastoriza. Our learners can always perform, no? Uh, maybe not on the expectation, maybe that not on the expectation that you have, but all our learners, dumating siya ng high school, meron yan siyang abakada. So meaning to say, as to quantify if they can perform or not by this time, let's always have this in mind that our learners are that good. Yung perform kasi, that's vague, no? Kailangan specific siya. Perform in what? Reading, writing. So, I believe Ma'am Pastoriza, secondary. So, these learners of ours, they have this prior knowledge in the elementary. On what discipline? Ano yan? Yakang-yaka yan ng ating mga bata. I believe they can. And so, let's not base that to our expectation as teacher. But let's base that to the competencies that are designed for these learners for the learning stage where these learners are. Kung grade 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Another question from Ma'am Nerissa Brato. Pwede po ba na through rubrics na lang ang pag-rate ng mga accomplishments ng mga learners? Kasi activity worksheets gamit namin.
Yeah. No, yes, yes. Our rubrics, most especially in Filipino, in English, in science, no, where there's activities, you can prepare your rubrics. So if you have these worksheets with you and your activity has something to do with paragraphing or story writing, so you can prepare your rubrics. So in that rubric, so yun ang ano mo, quantifying area mo if that scores 20, 10, like that.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. I
pwede.
think especially po pag ang tinitest po natin is yung performance po ng bata.
Yes, oo.
Dr. Sibuan, may nag-PM po sa akin. Siguro isa ito sa mga module writer po. Like as a Filipino. Sabi niya po, ma'am, sa module na pinapagawa sa amin gaya ng Filipino ay mula week 1 hanggang week 10. Kung alternate kada week ang pagbibigay ng aralin, ibig sabihin po ba na pagsasamahin ang 2 weeks na module?
He, for kung week 1 siya, for example, for week 1, grade 3, no? For week 1, may Filipino tayo. So, kung Filipino, extended kasi yan, extended ang time natin, and that's daily. So, pwede si week 1 in week 2 combine in 1 week. Kung hindi, pwede putulin. Kasi ikaw teacher, ikaw man ang mag-determine if these lessons could covers the 1.5 hour times 6 because that's until Saturday, no? Times 6. So, you are empowered, no? Alam mo kung saan mag-start, alam mo kung saan mag-end. So, kung kailangan yung 2 weeks, ibigay mo for that week, anyway, extended ang time, they have the luxury of time, then you may. Yes, they
Yes
can.
po.
Yes.
Very
Opo.
clear po ang explanation
Opo.
ninyo, Doc.
Opo.
Okay. We have here from Dr. Arlene Baldonado, PSDS. Dr. Sibuan, how can working parents do activities with their children when they are working in an office or in any workplace?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Arlene Baldonado. I like you. Okay. It's simply, no? If you recall the presentation of Dr. Suyat, we have this engagement with the local government unit, and we have this um, our parents know that who are working, we have this motor escuela. Yeah, your motor escuela. These are our para teachers. So they will be capacitated to address these children of which parents are working. So meron tayong scanning. So pag ma-determine that in that community, we have these learners that both parents are working, so doon papasok si para teacher or si yung ating tinatawag na mga community teacher of which the local government unit will be provided. So meron tayong tandem. No problem with those parents that are working. Meron na tayo. Tinawag natin yan na satellite intervention of learning.
Wow, that's good to hear, Doc. Kasi po, marami po ang nagka-problema niyan. Marami po mga concern about diyan
Yeah.
kasi busy kasi yung mga magulang natin. So, nagtatrabaho sila, paano na ang kanilang mga anak. With that, alam natin masaya sila, pati na din ang mga estudyante kasi alam nilang may makakatulong po sa kanila.
And Ma'am Ann, we are so lucky here in Tagum City kasi nga yung ating LGU headed by of course our City Mayor Honorable Alan Erelion is very supportive sa ating education system.
Yes po.
Yun nga, so may mga plan na nga. I think mayroon yung plan na mag-purchase ng mga vehicles na pwedeng maaaring gamitin natin sa pag-deliver ng mga modules. I think yun po yung isa sa plan po ng ating LGU.
That's good news for everyone, sir. And also, we also have the television and the radio, di ba? Marami
Yes,
po
ma'am.
ang
I think
pwedeng mapagkukunan ng impormasyon para sa mga kabataan.
And they have already, I think, the MOA signing last Monday about that. Right, Ma'am Fe?
Yes.
Okay.
We have this radio platform that will serve as our supplemental parang supplemental platform, most especially for those learners who are staying na medyo malayo na hindi maabutan. We can make use of that RBI, pero provide parang blended ang gamit niya. Meron siyang RBI, meron siyang modular.
Okay, thank you. So we have another question, Ma'am Ann, from Ma'am Lenda Grace Balagon of Manga Elementary School. What if student cannot finish the module in particular subject for 1 week? Does this mean that we will not release a module for the next week unless one should be submitted? Thank you so much. Thank you so, Ma'am Fe from Manga ES.
Okay, nice question, no? Ito yung mga possible na mangyayari sa field by this new normal by August 24. Actually, the module that we will be preparing for 1 week, that is too light. I know that because in my mathematics, we also prepare our learning package. Light siya that a student can finish even in 1 day. And again, I would like to stress that they have this luxury of time. And the materials that is being prepared by our focal, our EPS, these materials, hindi siya adhering to difficult kanang competencies. We adhere to the MELCs, but we have this twist because we consider that teacher will not be around. It's only our parents. So, slight siya. And I don't think that our pupils cannot do that in 1 week. Uh, Again, no, they have this luxury of time. So, hindi siya the reason maybe in the usual day, yung 1 hour 1 hour engagement natin to subjects, yung ating the usual face-to-face, hindi nakakayanan ng bata. Kung 8 subjects, 5 ang nagbigay ng assignment, hindi talaga matatapos yon. But this new normal, with this offering of subjects 4 in a week, too light, no? Then in one area, 1.5 hour, and they have this lunch and break and home call. They can make use of that time. So, binibigay lang natin yung na schedule for them to be guided. but they have this again, no, the luxury of time to finish their module for 1 week. So I believe they can do it.
Yes, Doc. And I think we can relate to that because we really try our best to make the module simpler or easier for the students. Okay, we have here a question from Ruth Hativa. Thank you, ma'am, for the comprehensive information of tracking students' learning. But how about the TVL skills in which need to have a hands on performance? Can we have just a day to let them know if they got what we expect them to perform?
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Ruth Hativa. I came from grades. I came from TVL school. So I know very well the struggle of our TVL teachers this time. Um, but in the activity sheets or module, I believe our teachers in the TVL, when they prepare this module, procedural. For example, in a certain performance you wanted, um, identifying the use of screwdriver in the laboratory. So meaning, you need to describe first the tool. So that tool is not common to our learners. But their parents know what is this screwdriver. So kabalo sila unsay itsura ani. Then how to use it, the teacher then would describe or would write the procedures on how to use this tool. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Now because it's performance, for now wala tayong face to face. When the students doon sa assessment mo knows how to write all those steps, kasi ando naman imagination, no? You write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the student can manage to write all those procedures, this then somehow, no, they have already this in mind. Mao di ay ni kakuha siya. Now by the time aabot naman talaga tayo na merong flexible, na meron tayong blended na magkita din si teacher as student. Hindi naman mangyayari siguro na simula August 24 hanggang March hindi tayo magkita ng ating student. So yung output niya, activity 1 niya of knowing that tool, meron siya dapang checkbox pagdating doon sa blended for this teacher to check whether the item, the performance, yung item na gusto niyang makita, ma-perform ng bata. So step 1, step 2, so simple recall and performance. Kasi by this time really, we can again, no, we are going to conduct remote we are going to have remote conduct of classes. So with those trade areas, TVL, those subjects that needs performance, by this time your modules should target procedural approach na makita mo, you as teacher na mag-check, you can assess whether these pupils or students nakuha niya yung objective or yung target mo on that activity. Ma-assess mo na siya. I know that because my husband is an automotive teacher, I'm also preparing material for him, no?
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Okay. Ito, from Ma'am Judith P. Magsipok. So, a nice thought po. We need to trust our parents that they are our partners in educating their children. Maybe we can also give them orientation on their important role in this new normal education system. Yes, tamang-tama
Yes,
po yan, ma'am.
that's correct. Uh,
Okay.
Even if parang Sir JR, no, sometimes ginikanan di kabalo, they know at this time maybe meron silang educationally they are challenged, but soon, no, because we are inviting them to be enrolled in our ALS program, so they are now partners, no, learning together, di ba, nandun yung reading together, so andun yun yung partnership ng anak at saka ng parent.
Yes, ma'am. I think the last time na nagkaroon tayo ng regional webinar, na nasabi po yan ng ating SDS, no? Our SDS, Dr. Josephine Padul. Why not i-enroll din natin yung ating mga parents para at least sabay ang parent at saka yung bata nagagraduate.
Yes po.
Actually,
And
that's the brain idea of our SDS.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, siya talaga yung let's enroll, let's our parents enrolled at our ALS program. So kanya yun, brain niya yun. Actually, yeah.
yes po, let's just trust our parents that they will do their best. Kasi po, alam natin, mahal nila ang kanilang mga anak and they will really find ways to help them. And for at this moment, ma'am and sir, i-announce ko lang po na posted na po sa ating screen ang ating attendance link. Okay? To our dear teachers, participants, please, okay, fill out po ng ating attendance link para ma-record po kayo. Okay, let's continue from Alice Sefe or Tuyo. Good morning po, ma'am. As I've learned in the modular modality, answer keys were already given at the last part of the module. How can we assure the honesty of the parents and students in answering the assessment part to measure the level of understanding of the topics?
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Alice or Tuyo. The preparation of our module, of course, meron siyang answer key. But when we provide that to our learners, wala nang answer key doon. Huwag ka nang mag-assess pag merong answer key. So yung answer key, tinanggal na yon. Ang ibigay lang yung content at saka yung assessment part.
I think
Hanggang sa school lang po yung answer key.
yeah, kasi
Hindi
that's
po natin
where
ipapadala sa parents.
kaya lang mayroon tayong answer key para naman po sa mga teachers natin na hindi na po kailangan pang mag-answer sa module para mas madali po yung trabaho. Yun po yung I think yung work po ng answer key na nakalagay po sa last part ng module.
Yes po. And we have here a question from Glenda Marcojos Luisen. Ma'am, what about the grading system for modular pupils? What if the parents are the one answering? I think it's already been answered a while ago, ma'am.
Let's always trust our parents. And in the event that our parents sila talaga ang gumawa ng answer, at least they have this simple recall, and then they could teach also their children. So learning together. Learning together.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. We have here from Sir Jess Adunes Lechido. Hello po, Doc Sibuan. Same pa rin po ba na grading system na gagamitin para sa core subjects, sa specialized and applied po?
Sir Lichedo, for this time, as I have said, of course we have this adjustment, no? Ang binigay natin sa inyo is only tracking. As of the moment, tracking muna. But as to the grading system, bababa talaga ang central office ng guidelines for that. Hindi naman compatible si K-12, K-12 at saka si new normal. Eh. So meron talagang specific computations.
Okay, we have here a question from Ma'am Flor Hementiza of Visayan Village Central Elementary School. Hi, Doc Sibuan. What is your opinion about the number of hours that students will spend in online learning? Is it ideal to have all the subjects daily considering the attention span of the students? Doc Sibuan?
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Himintisa of Visayan Village Central Elementary School. For the online modality, there's already a certain time that I provided to our PSDSS. If in that period that is 1.5 hours, what is ideal is the exposure is only 30 minutes. That's the exposure to online or virtual class. Most especially in the elementary. 30 minutes is the maximum. The remaining 1 hour would be engaged to the activity, to the activity. So, yun yung ating time element for the online classes. 30 Pwede siya 30 to 40 minutes exposure. The remaining time, modular o blended kasi yan siya dapat, Sir JR, no?
Yes,
So,
ma'am. At saka,
but the activity sheets or the activity, kukunin yon doon sa virtual. Di ba? Sir JR, nakapackage yun. So, doon
yes,
kukuha ng activity na gawin niya in another sheet. But on the exposure, we always adhere to the safety, to the health of our learners. So, 30 to 40 minutes exposure, it's already okay. Huwag ubusin yung 1 hour and 30 minutes.
yes, ma'am. Kaya nga, ma'am, kasi nga yung ating MELT naman, may mga competency din tayo doon na isang competency good for 1 week. Kaya nga, sa pwede nating i-chop yung ating lesson. Sa LMS natin, I'm talking to the LMS kasi we're talking of the online. Sa LMS natin, pwede nating i-chop yung mga activities doon na at least meron lamang at least a maximum of 30 minutes para sa bata na ma-expose po sa online.
Yes po. And we have here a question from Editha Viralio. I have a non-reader assigned in my class this year with no gadget and with parents in elementary level. Any suggestion how I can proceed with teaching?
Okay, sige. Ma'am Edita Veralio, by August 24, because of the 8-week intervention, we are expecting that your non-readers, identified non-readers and frustration readers, by August 24, they are already instructional readers. So, meaning to say, if you only have one, you still have enough time for this learner to address, no, and improve these learners that is assigned to you to be instructional reader before August 24. So, yun ang challenge sa'yo, Ma'am Veralio. Okay?
Yes po. Kasi we are implementing now the 8-week intervention program in which most of the schools are doing that for those non-readers and frustrated readers. Sir JR?
Okay, we have here from, I think from one of our school head from San Isidro Elementary School. We have Sir Vincent, I think Sir Akisa. Ma'am Fe, good morning. Ano? Iwan ko lang. I'm sorry, baka hindi po si Sir Akisa ito. Ma'am Fe, good morning. Since we are now in skeletal work arrangement of our personnel, does it mean that teachers will not report to school 6 days a week? How about the distribution and retrieval of modules in a week? Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, Sir Vicente Rakisa. Now, even if the skeletal work arrangement, yung ating 6 days or 1 week delivery and retrieval of materials, that does mean nga the teacher will not report anymore to the school. Of course, still adhering to the skeletal work arrangement, but that's wa na nagpasabot nga dili na sila mo adto sa school. Of course, they still have their duties, no? They still have their duties to engage, and even if they are work at home, it does not mean to stay at home. So meaning to say, if a certain task is designed for you to distribute, nya nagkataon nga work from home, di gyud ka mo adto kay mag work from home ka. Asa man nimo i-distribute sa inyong balay? So, no? Let's face the yung kailangan talaga, no? So, yung 1 week schedule of classes natin, hindi yun affected ng ating skeletal arrangement or work arrangement. Still, teachers still go to school for a task. So, wala siya nag-prohibits. Even that you are work from home, still, you can still go to school. Di man kaharangan dito, no? If nanginahanglan sa imuhang task, then perform. walang problema yon. Kasi again, I would like to stress that it's work, even if that's work from home, but that wa na nagpasabot, it does not mean that you are just going to stay at home. If
Okay.
the task requires you to go to school, then you may.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Another one from Ma'am Balagon. Best morning, Doc Faye and company. Would it be allowed to invite a mobile teacher if ever parents find it so difficult to assist a child to understand particular lesson like math? Thank you po.
Yes, yes. Our mobile teachers are our partners. They are our partners. They. Yes, yes sir. Pwede. Pwede mo na-intervention si mobile teachers. In fact, our ALS focal really suggesting na pwede. Pwede.
Okay.
Hmm.
Ma'am Ann?
Yes, sir. We have here from Rialyn Loor Noblesa. Good morning, Doc Sibuan from La Filipina National High School. What teaching modalities are fitted for those students with special needs?
Okay, sige. Good morning, Ma'am Noblesa. With students with special needs, our PSDS Focal, Dr. Sanggalang, has already designed a module for our SPED. So I believe they always have these webinars, capacitate teachers on how to handle these SPED learners using their modules. Oo.
Okay.
Address na yan, Sir JR.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I guess lahat po ng katanungan ng ating mga participants ay nasagot na po. And I'm sure clear up na po no yung kanilang mga tanong na nasa kanilang mga utak no. And mayroon po tayo ngayong very nice na discussion no with headed of course ng ating OICCID chief ng Tagum City Division, Dr. Maria Fedi Sibuan. Ma'am, thank you so much po.
Thank you, Sir JR and Ma'am Ann.
Thank you po for the comprehensive explanation. Okay, at this point, Sir JR, let us announce the top 4 sa pretest. Okay?
Yeah.
Can we have the names now? Yeah. Okay, here are the top 4 participants with perfect score. Galing. Di pa nga nag-start, pretest pa lang yan. Okay, we have here from May Ann C. Sacro of La Filipina National High School.
We have Ma'am Crispina Is Ibdao from La Filipina National High School.
Galing. We also have Crizel May D. Binaning from Tagum National Trade School.
And Ma'am Abigail M. Argilies of Laureta National High School.
Wow, sir, galing-galing, 'di ba? Lahat po ng nag-top 4 na nakakuha ng perfect scores, perfect score ay galing sa secondary teachers, right po?
Okay, at meron pa rin tayong other participants with perfect score. So, basahin ko yung sa kabila, Ma'am Ann. We have Ma'am Nelia E. Soyco, Ma'am Judith E. Campos, Ma'am Emery E. Aquino, Sir Erwin B. Sacro, and Ma'am Jenny S. Mades.
And congratulations also to Dan Arvin B. Almero, Tessie C. Sinados, Fidelma O. Sabaricos, Nermalyn L. Lumangtad, and Serenia A. Bercero.
Okay.
Congratulations for
Yes.
getting the perfect score. And Sir
Okay.
JR, let's remind our participants to please fill out the attendance form,
Okay.
which is flash on screen.
Okay, so andyan po yung ating attendance po, naka-flash po sa ating screen. That is https://bit.ly LMS rollout day 2 AM. Okay, so remind lang po sa ating mga participants na case sensitive po yung ating link. Kaya po kung ano po yung nakalagay dyan, yan po yung itatype natin.
Opo, ibig sabihin yan, pag may kulang na isang case lang po, hindi nyo po ma-access ang link. Okay? So, sa ngayon, Sir JR, we're going to announce for this afternoon simulation activity. Okay? So, mamayang hapon po, magkakaroon tayo ng 4 na links or 4 na group. Okay, for group 1, That will be kinder to grade 2. Again, kinder to grade 2. And Sir JR, ang maging facilitator po niyan ay si Sir Dexter Caballes of Colonel Rosalio C. Saludares Elementary School. Ayan po ang link sa screen.
Okay,
And then
so
po, sandali lang po, Sir JR, sandali lang po. Okay? For the instructional supervisors of Group 1, we have PSDS Cecilia Isnardo, PSDS Alma de Mercado, PSDS Shawnee Y. Salva. Okay? And ayan po ang link na nakikita nyo sa screen. Again,
okay.
yung pong group 1, okay, kindergarten to grade 2 via YouTube. Okay? We have bit.ly/ytday2k2 to grade 2 via Facebook bit.ly/fbday2k2 to grade 2. Sir JR?
Okay, and for grade 3 to grade 6 breakaway session, live din po tayo via YouTube at saka via Facebook. For you at ang ating mga instructional supervisors po nito, we have PSDS Maria Elena C. Ferido, PSDS Gregorio Acevedo, PSDS Edgar V. Sanggalang, and PSDS Arlene M. Baldonado. At ito po yung link, https://bit.ly/ytday or ytday2 grade 3 to 6. At para naman po sa Facebook, that's https://bit.ly/fb day 2 grade 3 to 6.
Okay po. And also for the link 1 day to breakaway session for high school, junior high school TVL and core via YouTube. That will be https //bit.ly/GHS SHS simulation 2. Sir JR, I think ang mga instructional supervisors nito ay mag-uusap po sila kasi ang naka-assign po sa senior sa senior high school ay si Dr. Ross Chito G. Palo and Dr. Alpha D. Palconit. So, mag-uusap po sila kung paano po yan gagawin sa ang pag-divide sa kanila para sa Group 3 and Group 4.
Yes, ma'am. At saka yung link po ng ating breakaway session for high school sa kabila naman po, ito yung applied subjects, UMS, STEM at saka EDM via YouTube din po. Yan po ay https://bit.ly/day2 breakout sessions for high school, and via Facebook https://bit.ly day2 breakout session for high school.
Yes po. So again, participants, you may take a picture of the link para po hindi po kayo mawawala mamaya. Anyway, i-share po natin yan para lahat po ay maka-access sa chosen na group.
Okay, thank you so much.
So, Sir JR, sa group 3 mamaya, okay, that will be facilitated by Sir Kevin Pude. Yeah, from Tagum City National High School. Ay, hindi po. Ang group 3 po, yung sa sa junior high school TVL and core, that will be facilitated by Rochelle Lenueva of La Filipina National High School. Yun pong link 2, day to breakaway session for senior high school applied subjects, STEM, and ADM, that will be facilitated by Sir Kevin Pude of Tagum City National High School.
Okay, Ma'am Ann.
Yes, sir.
Yung ating mga links po ay posted din sa ating comment section. So pwede po natin kopyahin yung mga links na nasa comment section natin. Makikita po natin doon. Doon po tayo pupunta this afternoon for our breakaway session.
Yes, sir. And Maaga po tayong matatapos ngayon because we are preparing for the simulation this afternoon. So para po sa mga hindi pa naka-fill out ng ating attendance, please po gagawin niyo po ngayon kasi iba na po ang attendance form natin mamayang hapon.
Yes, Ma'am Ann. Uh, and after po, mamaya sa breakaway session, babalik po sila sa mainstream na nasa DepEd FB page. Ito
Yes
po,
po.
yung FB page po ng DepEd Tagum City Division. Balik po tayo after po ng mga breakaway session.
Yes po. So sama-sama po tayo para sa ating closing mamaya. Kasi mamayang hapon din, Sir JR, bubunutin natin ang lucky school head.
Yes, ma'am. So, I'm sure excited na sila kung sino na naman ba ang school head na the luckiest one na siya po yung magre-recap ng mga kaganapan sa araw na ito.
Alam natin na mag-aabang talaga ang mga school heads mamaya sa draw lots.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So, wala na po ba from our webinar director? Meron pa po ba tayong announcement? Okay, I guess wala na po. Okay. So, again po, mamayang hapon ay breakaway sessions po at tingnan po natin doon sa comment section yung bawat link para hindi po tayo maligaw. So, ito po yung ating morning session. Ito po yung guro, si Teacher JR. Sama-sama tayo, tulong-tulong tayo para tungo sa edukalidad. Hashtag sulong edukalidad. Hashtag we are one DepEd. Hashtag DepEd Digital Rise PH. And hashtag DepEd Tagumpay.
At ito naman po si Teacher Mary Ann L. Ramirez ang nagpapasalamat sa inyong pagsubaybay at active participation. Maraming salamat po and see you this afternoon. So Sir JR, let's close this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye everyone!